Guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome to my channel. Let's get started on a story. I know you're probably waiting for the Teen Mom OG recap, which we will get to later today or tomorrow. I can't decide when it will be done, but I wanted to jump into a story that's been all over Twitter and all over social media in relation to Maci Bookout. On last night's episode, we saw Maci and Bentley try to achieve a goal of reaching the state tournament for wrestling. And during the first scene, we see Maci at a wrestling practice. She claimed during the episode that Bentley had made a goal that he had wanted to reach the state tournament for his club wrestling. Bentley has been very enthusiastic about wrestling, and if you remember earlier this year when they were discussing whether or not he would go to a private school, one of the fundamental reasons why Bentley wanted to go to a private school was because a lot of the friends that he had met through wrestling were at this private school, and it had a really good wrestling program. With that being said, Bentley had made the decision he wanted to go to the state tournament, and Maci said that in an effort to help him reach that goal, she enrolled him in private coaching and was working to help him achieve that goal. Now, during the coaching, Bentley was doing different moves and Maci was being very critical and pointing out things that he was doing and not doing correctly. The coach seemed to be quiet, although we don't know totally what happened because obviously this is highly edited. But some people on Twitter and on Instagram were not happy with what they saw from Maci, feeling that she was absolutely abrasive and controlling as she picked apart what Bentley was doing. But it wasn't just that. During this episode, it came out that Bentley had decided that he wanted to wrestle in a weight class that was less than what he currently weighed. In an effort to meet that goal, he would have to lose weight, a controversial choice for a growing young boy who is 11 years old. Bentley admittedly is in a lot of sport activities, and on the show they outlined at least 5 separate activities that Bentley's involved with throughout the year to keep himself active, and Maci, for her part, defended her choice to keep him active because she didn't want him to be stuck inside playing on a PlayStation all day or being lonely. She said that doing the sports and being in wrestling had given him a boost of confidence after dealing with everything he had gone through with his father's recent issues with addiction. Given all of that, she felt confident in her choice and allowing him to move forward with meeting that goal. However, it was learned on this episode that in order to cut that weight for him to be eligible to participate, she had him on a very, very strict diet of as Bentley said, 1,000 calories a day. According to all of the medical records medical information I could find, and even through Very Well, which is a Very Well Family, which is a website that has information about how to best raise your children, and a child Bentley's age that's active, they recommend for 11-year-olds to 13-year-olds that they consume anywhere from 2,000 to 2,600 calories a day for a boy. If he was only eating 1,000 calories a day, he would be eating less than half of the recommended calories needed. Weight cutting is a controversial topic, and this type of weight cutting in development has also been plagued with controversy over the years. Despite that, parents and players consistently do this if they want to meet a lower weight class. Obviously, this choice was making some fans upset, and it was in a scene during the second part of the episode where Bentley admitted to his mom that he had had a muffin and a glass of chocolate milk in the morning, that she got upset and demanded that he go weigh himself to make sure that he still weighed the amount he needed to be, and she didn't want to have gained back any of the weight that he had lost. When Bentley went to go weigh himself, he said that he was still the same weight as he had been and he had not gained back any weight, and Maci was almost defiant and said she didn't want to look at it because she didn't believe him. Ryan and Mackenzie, along with Jen and Larry, did not understand this very aggressive approach to doing wrestling. In fact, Ryan asked him, why don't you just play in the class that you're in at 75 pounds? And Bentley said no. Apparently, according to Ryan, there were people within that weight class that maybe were too good or that he felt he couldn't beat, and therefore by dropping weight he had a better chance. Either way, he was making the decision with the help of his mother to drop weight in order to be able to wrestle. This was not met with very much happiness on social media. A post on Instagram, which actually featured the period where she talked about the strict diet, was actually deleted by Maci after so many negative comments. And then on Twitter, people were saying, Maci is as intense AF. I know she wants Bentley to be the exact opposite of his father, but she needs to ease off. Not sure a strict diet should be a part of an 11-year-old's vocabulary. Tell you what, the weight management stress that Maci could potentially place on Bentley can potentially lead to future use. Now Maci has pissed me off because she's so hard on Bentley, but the other kids are coddled. Her Ryan hating has been taken out on Bentley. She's cold to him. She doesn't fit in with her new family. He doesn't fit in with her new family. And yes, man, that is her BITCH boy husband. I think Maci pushes Bentley too hard sometimes. In my honest opinion, kids need to be kids. They don't need to be in every damn sport out there. And that was in response to a statement that Taylor made where he claimed that Bentley was in at least 5 or 6 sports throughout the year. And there were so many of these types of comments. It's heartbreaking to watch. As a young kid, that it was put on diets for sports. This will follow Bentley for a very long time. Obviously, with so many negative comments like this, Maci spoke out and she responded. And she said, in reference to tonight's episode, I have never and I will never convince Bentley to cut weight. After wrestling his first 2 tournaments in the 75-pound class, weighing in at 72, he came to me and said he wanted to wrestle at 70. I told him that's fine, but you will not cut weight. I will lay out a healthy scheduled diet for you. You can eat salad, grilled chicken, veggies, good carbs instead of pizza, Doritos, and candy bars. Through the season, he decided he didn't like it, and I told him that's okay. You can go back to usual and wrestle at 75, which is what he did. And then obviously, as more and more people responded, this woman said, why not show him proper nutrition, egg white omelets for breakfast as a side of turkey bacon or something with a potential protein shake? And she said, that's exactly what I did. What was at least one of many many breakfast options for him. She also said, I appreciate your input. My brother was a collegiate wrestler, so I grew up around the sport and have a lot of knowledge in the sport and healthy weight maintenance. So whether you agree with it or not, I guess it's going to be a hotly debated topic. And she does seem to, on this season, push him extremely hard. He's in a lot of sports. In my opinion, he's in a lot of sports. He's also, she's pushing him academically. She has done this in an effort to sort of shield him from what she probably feels has been a very heartbreaking few years with her father. But at the same time, I'm sure there is some, sports can only do so much. At some point, we have to deal with our emotions and our feelings than just staying busy. Staying busy and staying away from feelings doesn't change the feelings. And I think that was one of the things that some of the fans were seeing when they were talking about how busy he was. Last year, for instance, she talked about going to therapy and having him go to therapy to talk to someone. But yet this season, we just see him in sports and we don't know if that's happening. She may be trying to keep that quiet. She may be wanting to protect his privacy. I don't know. Now, Mackenzie yesterday, when I spoke to her, was not happy with what she saw and had no idea it was as intense as she was told. She knew that he was trying to cut weight, but she had no idea how strict things were in the home. And she says that both she and Ryan were upset when they heard about what was happening on the show. She admitted that Ryan actually doesn't watch the show and he stays off of social media purposely, but for her part, Mackenzie said it broke her heart, and she really hopes that Bentley can just be a little boy and enjoy being a kid. Whether you like Mackenzie or not, whether you agree with her or not, that was her opinion. Now, obviously, Maci has her choices, fans have their opinions, but what are your thoughts? Do you think that this is an appropriate thing to do? Do you think that Bentley has been overscheduled? Do you think he's in too many sports? Do you agree with some fans that maybe she's slightly controlling? Do you think that she's just doing the right thing? Obviously, this will have a divided camp. Some of you will agree, others of you will disagree, and that's why I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below. All right, you guys, I'll be back later with more. Bye.